It's the money on your bank account does not determine your value. How much money you have on your account does not determine your worth in society. What determines your value is how much do you know? How much information do you have?
Learn how to capture attention. My job is to wake people up.
There was one point in which, I don't know if you guys know about my dad, right? He's a health nut, right? He's a health expert. That's his thing. I literally had a moment in which I looked at him and I said, fuck, this guy is going to probably outlive me, you know? Seriously, right?
Yeah,
and I saw that and I said, it's not going to happen. I mean, if I keep on waiting for this guy to make my life easier, it's just not going to happen. This guy is like probably headed to 110 years old. All right. Just the way that he's at right now. He's actually 70 years old. He looks super young, energetic, passionate, strong drive, managing the business every day, creating content, does 7-10 videos a week. I mean, he's a beast. So when is that going to slow down? So at some point I was like, I guess I have to do something about him myself because he seems to be pretty healthy, right? So I had that wake up moment, especially looking at my kids and seeing how there's a lot of things that they could have, but they don't. There's a lot of things in life that they could enjoy, but they can't. And as I was looking at that, it just became something that I took responsibility for. And I said, I'm going to do something about this. I'm just going to change this. I didn't know that it was going to happen. I mean, when you look at back right now, when you look at it, 7 years now in the making, 6 years, it's been such a long stretch, but at the same time, it just happened like that. You know what I mean? It's a combination of, wow, that went by fast. How do I have this agency already? How do I have this business? How does my dad have 1.3 subscribers on YouTube? How do we go from one small bankrupt island to 9 countries and doing $40 million a year? Well, it's one step at a time, climbing that mountain, learning more, focusing, stop wasting time on things that are not helping you, learning, obsessively learning. That's a kind of secret formula. If you're not learning every single day something new, your potential to grow is highly limited. You gotta learn. You gotta stop having the idea that you know everything about a subject, and you gotta realize that you don't know anything, and that you wanna learn because there's a lot of people out there taking advantage of these opportunities, of these platforms. And if you take advantage of them, you can actually accomplish growth too. But if you say, I already know all about it, then you stop yourself from being able to enjoy them and grow, right? How to find out things that I could learn that could increase my value, because that's the thing that most people need to keep in mind, and that's very important. It's the money on your bank account does not determine your value. How much money you have on your account does not determine your worth in society. What determines your value is how much do you know? How much information do you have? And that's why I always tell people, look, this is the thing. I don't know why you guys cannot just think about this for a second, right? Hand me that trash can for a second. You see this trash can right here, okay? So obviously people are on a podcast, you're listening to this, you gotta visualize this. It's a trash can, okay? If I grab paper, toilet paper, and I need to throw it out in the trash can, okay? I keep on throwing it in here. Eventually, I mean, you can squeeze a lot of paper in there, several rolls, right? Easily. But there's going to be a point in which that trash can, it needs to be emptied. There has to be a point in which, and you might wonder, what's the point? It's coming, okay? It's coming. There's a point in which it's inevitable, or if it's going to overflow. Trust me, I've been to bathrooms with overflowing trash cans, all right? Even in my own office, I complain to my guys because I'm like, I have to grab my feet and push it in. I'm like, guys, come on, just pick up the bag and throw it out, right? This is a crazy thing that we all take for granted. Super crazy. Check this out. Now, visualize your mind as a trash can. It's an unlimited trash can that you can put as much information as you want in it. And it's unlimited. There's no point in which the information overflows. How cool is that? So if you want to be more successful, you know what you have to do? You got to put more information in that trash can. It's incredible. Once you realize that simple but powerful data, trust me, I didn't read this in a book. I made this up myself, right? It's logical. Information determines how much success you have in life. We have been paying people for information for ages. Doctors are getting a lot of money, supposedly because they have certificates on the wall and they're supposed to know more than everybody else. And that's why they get paid more. Architects, engineer, all these guys are getting paid money and good money because they're supposed to know more. That's all. So if you want to be more successful, don't look at your bank account. Look at your information in your mind. If you need to understand how to run Facebook advertising to increase your worth, hey, come on, guys. Listen to a podcast on Facebook advertising. All right. Get yourself trained. Buy yourself a $15 book. Get some YouTube training. Everything that you can for free. Understand how the platform works. If you want to understand how to build a YouTube channel, study it. Find information. Increase your worth. You know how it is. Like, there's a quote that I use a lot of my seminars from the philosopher Seneca that says that what does it mean to get lucky? And he says that luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So what happened to me, just a real life example, in 2014, was that after a year of learning information, accumulating, wow, I get it. I know how Amazon works. I know how to list a product. I know how to write a title, how to do images, bullet points, copyright. I know how to run a Facebook ad to drive people there. I get it. What do I need to do now? Okay, I now get it, right? At that point, an opportunity was presented. And a person with more money than me said, hey, I can put in some money for us to sell some bed sheets. Fantastic, let's do it. You know what I'm gonna put in? I'm gonna put in this information right here. And that's how I'm gonna earn a partnership. I got 34% control of the company, and I got the other two partners who own 33%. Imagine that. Without a single penny, I had more control of that company than everybody else in that company. Why? Because it was assumed that I was more valuable than all of them because I possessed the most valuable commodity in this entire universe, knowledge. When you have that, you win the game. So the basics of success for anybody out there is accumulating enough knowledge until you succeed on something.